Hey y'all, happy Monday. Welcome on in. My name is Alex, the Cradle of Llama. If you see the red live box above my head, that means I'm live, but if you don't see it, you are just catching the replay. Fingers crossed that I'm live on my business page and not on my personal page. Hold on. Okay, good. I'm live on my business page. When y'all pop in, say hey, comment the word Monday, and go check out your messenger. It is Cutout of the Week, which means we have a brand new exclusive cutout for this week only. Just give me a second as I'm trying to figure out my camera situation. Let me get this shared over into the broadcast channel. If you're not part of the broadcast channel, make sure that you join. You can join. It's down in the pinned comment right below. If you click on that link and then click join channel, it's a free way to know when I go live and all of that, because I do send out a message over in there when I go live. So just give me 1 second to let me get that shared, and then we are going to get started. All right, that is shared. Hi, babe. So I have the cutout of the week is kind of a twofer, okay? So we have a little conversation hearts jar, and then we have a little hugs and kisses jar. So you're gonna get both, $12, which includes your shipping, or you can add it to an order from this week, okay? So let's go ahead and start painting, and then I'll show y'all what the stuff I have for nightly claims are here in a little bit. Hi, Janice. All right, so let's pull this off. Let me grab my tape. Hi, Linda. I feel like I have not seen you pop on in a little while. I hope you're doing well. I also haven't been live the last few days. So I'm gonna put my tape over here, and let's go ahead and just start separating our pieces. I think I'm gonna do, I haven't quite decided. Hi, Lynn. Hello. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Maria. Hello, hello. Long time no see. Y'all, I needed to go live yesterday, but I was so tired. I fell asleep on the couch at like 5 o'clock, and it was like, it's not happening. It wasn't happening yesterday. Hi, Janine. So we got our hugs and kisses, and it is a little shelf sitter. It does stand up all on its own, which I thought these are really cute. They're only about, it was like 4.5 inches tall, but you're gonna get the set of 2. And then we have all these little conversation heart ones. Hi, Sue. Hi, Marcy. Hi, Darlene. So one says, cutie, XOXO. Love you, sweetheart, hug me, be mine, kiss me, true love. So we're gonna separate this into 2. I know like the outside of all of my hearts are gonna be the same color. So I'm just gonna move all of those, and then we will figure out the colors here in a little bit. But how was everybody's weekend? What did y'all do? Did you do anything? Did you go anywhere? But we're gonna paint both of our jars kind of at the same time. So I'm gonna take a wipe, and I'm going to wipe this down. Hit the heart button for me, comment the word Monday, and you're gonna wanna check the link in, or check the message when you get it, okay? So when you comment the word Monday, that allows my page to send you a message. And there's a super secret link in there for you for something that's happening tomorrow on Whatnot. Some of you have already RSVP'd for it, but it's gonna be a private like live. So you have to RSVP or have the link in order to join us tomorrow night over on Whatnot. I'm just gonna tell you, if you want some transfers, that might be the place to go tomorrow. I'll still be live over here on this page as well tomorrow. So comment the word Monday, go check your messenger. The link for the cutouts are in there, and then the super secret link for the Whatnot show tomorrow is also in there. All right, let's dry this. Now, when you go to the show, there's nothing loaded in there. You'll have to be live with us tomorrow and Whatnot to see what's going on. Hi, Melinda. Hi, Dolores. So if you want a set of jars, if you want to start an order, for the week, the jars together are $8. On the website, they're $12. That's because your shipping is included in the cost over there. Okay? So if you want a set of jars, you can comment the number 100. And I will get your name down for an invoice. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint my jars white, and then I'm going to go in and I'm going to distress with some blue to kind of give it more of that jar look. Now, you could really do any color that you wanted. I just thought white was easy. Hi, Linda. How are you? Okay, here we go. So I'm going to do my conversation hearts, all different colors. And I have them picked out over here. I'm trying to decide what color should the little scalloped edges be. Perfect, Miss Linda. I got you down, my girl. And I've got a little mini interchangeable over here that has all the interchangeables you would need. I've got 2 shelf sitters, and I've got a magnet set for y'all tonight for nightly claims. Do y'all want me to go ahead and show y'all the nightly claims or wait a little while? All right. Let me know. All right, this one says hugs and kisses. And just so you know, when you start an invoice, invoices won't be sent till most likely Friday morning, because you have all week to claim. So you can add stuff to that order. If there's stuff on the website that you want added, we can add it to that. That way you're only having to pay shipping one time and not having to do, you know, having to do multiple different shipments. Jill says to show them. And I'm going to base coat these in white because we're going to paint these silver. Everybody's very quiet. What did y'all have for dinner? I'll show you in just a second. All right, show us. Miss Tammy's like, show us, show us. Okay, so the set for Cutout of the Week, you get both jars for $8. That's number 100, okay, which we're creating right now. I'm doing good, Bertha. How are you? Then I'll show you the interchangeable. So I've had something like this in a mystery box, which y'all, mystery boxes are coming more than likely at the end of the month. I haven't quite decided when. So you're going to get a little mini round. Okay, hot dogs. You're going to get a little mini round, and Haley painted this set for me. So you're going to get a little mini shiplap round, and then you're going to get the 12 months of inserts. So if you don't have a big space, or if you are small, if you like smaller items to craft with, this is your set. Okay, so I'm going to show y'all all of them. Just give me a second. So we have January, and it fits right in here. So this set is number 200, and the entire set for the base and all 12 inserts is going to be $22. So we have January, and it just pops out, and you switch it. February, March. I love how she did the March one. March, April, let's see, May, ooh, and this finished set will be available on Whatnot on the 24th. There's May, June. Ooh, I like the color background she did this one. There's June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. Okay, so you'll get the base, and these are 3-inch rounds, okay? You'll get the base and all 12 inserts for $22. And remember, Perks members and club members, you get your 20% off of nightly claim stuff. The only thing it doesn't apply to for nightly claims is the Cutout of the Week, since that's already discounted. I know, I love these. Oh, how perfect, Maureen. Do you still have the Bear Valentines? Yes, Shannon, you can just send me a message. But yes. So that was number 200 for $22. Okay, number 300, I just love these. I painted these this afternoon. Number 300 is these cute little penguins. Penguin set. These stand 6.5 inches tall. So one says cutie, one says be mine. So look how adorable these are. This is number 300 and this set is going to be $14. Yay, Sue, that was fast. So this is number 300 for $14. And like I said, all of these will come to you unpainted, but I will post all of the pictures over in the VIP group. I realize I have a bunch of pictures I need to post from last week, so that's gonna be my plan after my live, is to sit here and take all those pictures and post them. So I'll also post these as well. So this is number 300 for $14 for the set. Actually, no, we'll do $12. I changed my mind. $12 for the set. And then last but not least for tonight, for nightly claims, is going to be our magnet set. Y'all usually love these magnet sets. So there are 4 magnets. It does not come with the magnets because some people like to use them for different things. Some people have a specific magnet they like to use. So you do have to supply the magnet, but you're going to get a set of magnets, or a set of like things that you can make into magnets. So we have the little scallop heart. We have the XOXO. We have ladybug number 1. And ladybug number 2. This one is number 400. And this guy is going to be $7 for the set. So, which one is your favorite for tonight? The interchangeable, the penguins, or the magnets? So this one is number 400 for $7. It is Maureen. It is actually cutting right now. I don't know if y'all can hear that humming in the background, but that is the machine cutting right now. And the other machine just finished. All right. And as always, if you want to wait to claim until Thursday, during Thrifty Thursday, you're more than welcome to. That way, if you want to see everything first throughout the week, you are welcome to do that as well. I had a lot of people do that last week, which was totally fine. The interchangeables are so fun. I like those little mini ones just because you get all that you need, you know, and if you got the other set, then that would fit in there as well. I love the penguins, Miss Linda. Those were actually really easy and quick to paint. I think I painted those in about 30 minutes. I was on the phone with Haley, and Haley painted the interchangeable for me. She was the one who painted that one. Okay, we have our jar lids. I'm going to get out my silver paint, and I'm going to paint the lids, I guess the silver part to it. But y'all told me before to base coat it in white to help with the coverage. So that's what I'm doing. And where the heck are my scissors? Got it, Miss Tammy. Thank you, thank you. Hi, Sarah. I think I shipped out one of your orders today. Both lasers are done now. Do y'all hear how quiet it is? Do y'all hear the humming? Yes, but then the newer laser is back up and running. We are back in business. I spent a lot of time this weekend cutting. Holy smokes. Like, I don't think they ever stopped. So, that was nice. So I got a lot of stuff cut. Alrighty. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's start with our conversation hearts, because I already know what colors those are going to be. So I'm going to get out some paint. Tape. All right, y'all. I know I asked y'all earlier, and some of y'all, I think Miss Linda MacArthur, I saw her answer. What did y'all have for dinner tonight? Have y'all eaten? I'm going to have leftover taco meat. I'm going to heat up a tortilla, maybe 2, and that's going to be my meal. And maybe some, Thomas made some homemade, like, hot sauce, pico. I don't want to say it's pico. So I'm going to have that with my meal. and I'm excited. Okay, so our conversation art colors, we're going to go with Amazement, Spa Blue, Purple Cow, Bubblegum Pink, and Banana Cream. I thought these were kind of the perfect. Missy Lane, you and I are on the same page. Beef stew, soft tacos. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we have 5 colors. So we got to think this through on the color choices. Veggie soup. How have you been, Miss Melinda? I was actually thinking about you today. Steak bites with roasted potato. Ooh. How'd you do your Brussels sprouts, Maria? Spaghetti and meatballs, a salad. No dinner yet, a bit early here. Yeah, I haven't eaten yet either. All right, let's just go ahead. Put a little bit out for each. Oh, and that's a little more than a little bit. Not to gross everyone out, but I'm having a sardine sandwich. I love them a couple of times a year. I've never heard such a thing. That's okay, Maureen. We all have our own, like, things that we love that other people might find, like, not appetizing. What was it? When we were talking about the chili thing, wasn't someone saying, like, was it a peanut butter and jelly with chili or a cinnamon roll? One of the two? I can't remember. When Thomas started the great debate about the chili. Come in here, stir the pot, and then leave. He was actually here. But. Alright. We're just going to do a couple at a time. Oh, I got a little heavy-handed there. I'm going to use my little tool. Y'all, I don't know why I didn't think of this, but it's much easier to clean this out when the paint is dry rather than when it's wet rather than it's dry. Just a little FYI in case you didn't know that. I discovered that the other day. Roasted with olive oil and heavily, ooh, yum. Garlic Parmesan chicken in the crock pot over 8. That sounds good. That sounds really good, Miss Jenny's. Oh, yes, Miss Lisa, I have them. I need to pull them out. I'm so sorry. Yes, I do have them. Didn't you just place an order last week? If you did, I can just add it to that invoice. But I have them. I have the file. All right, so now I need to decide what colors I want to repeat. I think we go purple, pink, and then let's do blue. Ooh, you're gonna have to share that recipe with me because that sounds really good. That sounds very delicious. Have you thought about cutting your sponge's length for smaller? I've done that before. It doesn't really, like, you can absolutely do that. I have done that before. I just forget. Usually when I'm live, I'm just in the mode of just chit-chatting and talking. Trying to talk through what I'm doing. Okay. There's that. How about orange? Oh, I didn't even think about orange. I didn't even think about that. I saw your comment too late, Miss Anita. All right, let's dry. Now, what color should our scallops be? Red? Like a darker pink? I am going to distress the jars with a little bit of blue to kind of give it a little bit of dimension. But let me know what y'all think. What color should we do with the scallops? All right, I'm going to go in. I'm going to do one more coat of each. And then the other jar, I'm just going to do pink and red. So that one will go fairly quick. This one I knew was going to take us a little bit of time. Okay, just a little bit of paint will go a long way. You don't want to overload your sponge with a bunch of paint because then it's going to fill in where it's scored, the wording is scored. Dark pink. Okay. Let me clean up. Same colors, but mix up. That's a great idea. Ooh, I like that idea. Ooh, gold. Okay, I think we're gonna do gold. Gold is gonna be gorgeous. You know, it'd be even prettier, Maria. Vanity. Vanity would be prettier. It would be a lot prettier. I don't have it out here. All right, all I'm doing is I'm going back in and I'm picking up all that extra paint that I put on my glass mat and putting it back into the bottle. I like to do that to help save because y'all, I squeeze out so much. I would go through these bottles so fast. I don't know if your mom's here, Maria, but I'm pretty sure she would agree with the vanity comment. All right. So these are all painted. These look good. Okay, close that up. I got white paint on my silver. We're gonna put a little bit of our silver back. What do y'all think about the gold? Do y'all like the gold idea? I think that was a great idea. Okay. Here we go. Sorry, y'all. I know this part is not the most fun to watch, but if I don't do that, y'all know what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get paint where I don't want it. That's probably still gonna happen. All right. What I am going to do is if you have a glass mat and you put your paint on your glass mat, you need to get yourself a scraper. Okay, this is the easiest way to clean up your paint from your glass mat. I even sometimes spray a little bit of water. I saw those, Maria, and I thought they were I thought it was gorgeous. I posted the love letters in Word art in the VFN and used it. I loved it. Yeah, if we don't love it, it's always Maria's fault. I mean, even if it's not Maria's fault, it's still her fault. Just joking. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to pull this over here. Okay. Let's grab, we've got Glorious Gold, Venetian Gold, Glorious Gold, Champagne Gold. I don't realize there were so many golds. Bright Brass. We're going to go Glorious Gold. Y'all, I cannot believe it is almost halfway through January. You remember what my goal was for this month? Was to clean up my bedroom, go through all my clothes. Have I done any of it? So that's my goal this weekend. Oh my gosh. I cleaned it. Now it doesn't want to stick. I know. All right. Here we go. So this is Glorious Gold Metallic Paint. Okay, I'm going to just offload my sponge, and I'm just going to dab. Normally I'm a swiper, but I'm going to dab. And we've had this conversation before. Are you a dabber or a swiper? I'm a big swiper. But then that's how I get like paint where I don't want it and paint in the wording. Ooh, this is gonna be cute, y'all. All right, there's that. I'm gonna save that. Let's go ahead and paint this next one. So it says hugs and kisses. So I'm gonna do like the wording, hugs and kisses in pink. Then maybe everything else in red. Glorious Gold is Deco Art's closest thing to nominee. Robin, I'll have to check. If your order is already printed, which I did a lot of printing of orders from last week's stuff today, then no. But I'll have to double check. Send me a message and then I can let you know. Okay. How do I do this? How do I want to do this? I think what's throwing me off are the hearts. We could do gold hearts. Yeah. Okay. I gotta figure it out. We're gonna do pink, red, gold hearts. I'm gonna move these over here. Okay. I'm just going to go in with the Glorious Gold that we just used. So now I'm going to use Tuscan Red. No, I'm not going to use Tuscan Red. I lied. We're going to use Bubblegum Pink and True Red. You're a pouncer? I am not. I am a swiper. Through and through. Hi, Diane. How are you? All right. A little bit of True Red. Tuscan Red would be pretty with this. I'm just going to switch it up for tonight. Y'all know I'm a big Tuscan Red fan. And then we're going to go in. I feel like that's too bright. Let's see. This is Bubblegum Pink. Let's try it. I feel like this is going to be too bright, but we're going to test it. Of course, I cut off the pink one. All right. That's a pretty color. I'm doing good. I have not been feeling the best the last couple of days. I started taking a new medicine and y'all, that medicine put me down over the weekend. I was so tired. I was taking naps left and right in between cuts. So, all right, a little bit more True Red. We're going to go back on top of the lips. But after this, everything is painted except for the bases. And then we're going to distress the jars. And then we're going to glue everything. It really didn't take us too terribly long to paint all of this. Hit the heart button for me, okay? Like I was telling y'all earlier, you're going to want to comment Monday, okay? There's 2 links in there. The link for the Cutout of the Week, which is $12, which includes your shipping on the website. And the second link in there is a secret link that I sent through a private message because it is going to be, there's going to be like a private live over on Whatnot tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. at Central Standard Time for something that I've never done on Whatnot. So the only way that you can get into that Whatnot show is if you have the link and if you've RSVP'd. So make sure you comment Monday, go check your messenger, click on the Whatnot link, and RSVP to the show to tomorrow night. Now, there's no items loaded in there, but you will want to be part of that tomorrow. And if you look at the cover of the show, it'll give you a little indication of what we're doing. It's not my finished pieces. It's not cutouts. It's nothing like that. It's not ribbon bundles. Did you get your part in? Yes. Yes, we did, Christine. It came in last week. The correct part came in last week. And so we were able to get it installed on Wednesday, and it was up and running the next day. All right. All right, this is all painted. I'm going to move this to the side. Let's distress these, and let's start getting this going. So I'm going to use a little light blue and a makeup sponge, and we're going to distress the edges of this to see if we can kind of blend it. That has paint on this side. To see if we can blend it to kind of give it a little bit more of dimension and depth. And I just got paint on my table. Wipe that up before it dries. There we go. All right, so I'm going to use the color Broken China. We use the heck out of this color all the time. And we're going to see how we can add some depth and dimension. I don't know if this is going to work. Like, I'm afraid I'm going to add too much. Like, I think I added it too high. But I'll show you what I mean here in a second. I don't know if I'm loving this. The great thing about the distress crayons is we can wipe it off if we don't like it. Okay, so I'm trying to add I don't know. Y'all see what I'm trying to do? Like, I'm trying to give it a little bit of dimension with the distress crayon. It's kind of hard to tell on camera. There we go. There's such a delay. I think we're just gonna have to kind of go with it and see what we think. So I'm gonna do the other one too. Y'all can tell me like, Alex, that looks terrible. Wipe it off and you won't hurt my feelings. You can achieve that with paint, but I just don't do, I have a hard time blending paint. That is something I need to practice. Now, you could totally avoid this and just paint your jar red if you wanted to. There's Boone. He says hello. All right. It doesn't look too bad. We'll see how it looks. We'll put the pieces on there and see what we think. Okay, don't throw that away. Let's start with our hugs and kisses. There we go. Boom. Up. Someone got out of their car and so Boone needs to let everybody know. I'm going to stress the words here to kind of give it a little something something because I think it looks a little plain. But I like the pink and gold and red. So let's pull this out. I'm going to use our pink and distress it. You could try the that might work. That might work. I guess I was going, I mean, I'm not the best at it. I was trying to go for like, it's like a little bit of shading. I know that'd probably be easier with paint. you could achieve it better with paint, I guess. All right, so I'm going to go in with a darker pink, and I'm going to distress the ends, the bottom half of the wording, to kind of give it a little bit of something. So I don't even know if y'all can tell the distressing on there, but I think that's going to help with the look of the wording. Yeah. Ooh, you know what Haley would tell us to use? She would tell us to liquid glass these. She wouldn't even care that it couldn't be liquid glass. She'd be like, liquid glass it. Hi, Donna D. How are you? All right, there's that one. All righty. We're just gonna go ahead and glue. So this is my next question. I know we've chatted about this before. Which do y'all prefer to distress with? Do y'all prefer to distress with the ink or the crayons? I personally like the crayons. I know I've shared that a lot. I just find them so much easier. Oh, you said it before I read it. How funny. It looks like the ombre. That's the look I was going for. Now we are going to add like our white lines and all of that here in a little bit. So I have to remind myself like, Alex, you're not done. Ah, Butterfingers. You're welcome. I really do prefer the crayons. I just find it so much easier. All right, then we're going to glue. Okay, so we got a set of big lips and 2 smaller lips. The big lips go up. No, I lie. The big lips go down here. Okay, small lips. Ink, you prefer the ink? I like ink for like brown and black and white. But for everything else, I prefer the crayons. I don't know why. All right, we're gonna do this, the stars. I'm gonna call them stars, they're hearts. I use crayons, blends better, and it's easier to, exactly. I 100% agree with that statement, Cheryl. I feel like I get less harsh lines with crayons. I don't know if I'm loving this one yet. Okay, let's glue the little lid on. It's coming together, it's looking better. Okay. All right, there's our first one. What do we think? I'm not done. I'm gonna go in and add, oh my gosh, my nose is itchy. Add the white lines and stuff. Okay. Y'all, I know I've told y'all this before. I made fun of Thomas when he explained to me how to do this, when he showed me. And I'm like, that's dumb. I'm not gonna do that. And it really does work. Just earlier, when I was gluing something for stands, I didn't line it up perfectly, and so my pieces did not fit in perfectly. So what I have to do, I had to recut the stands. So, okay. So that's glued. We will paint that base here in just a second. So it's just a little shelf sitter. I just think they're so cute. I think the shading kind of did help. Just a smidge. Okay. Thank you. I use inks as I don't have any crayons. Whatever works for you, you know? All right, so we're gonna go in. I'm gonna add a little bit of highlight. And just a little bit of detail. This is obviously optional, but I always think coming in with a white paint pen or a black paint pen just helps. Okay, so there's that one. All right, let's glue this one. And we're almost done. So hit the heart button for me. Comment the word Monday. And share the video. The more you'll comment and interact and chat with me, the more that helps me or any other follower that you, or any other crafter that you watch. It just helps get their videos pushed out and all of that. All right, this is where it's going to get a little sticky because this is thin and the glue is going to want to stick to my fingers. All right. Push this down. So I'm going to glue all of the outlines first. Then we'll kind of figure out how to place our hearts. Thanks, Doreen. Miss Holly is a master and uses paint to shade. I know she does. She needs to teach us. No such, which I think is cheating because I don't know how she does it. Yeah, I know. I mean, I've done it before, and that was just by like sheer luck. I didn't know what the heck I was doing, but only once, and it looked good. I need her. She needs to come on. She needs to do a master class and teach us how to shade with paint. I know me. I'm probably just, as usual, overthinking it. Imagine that. But with anything, like anything else I tell y'all, it just takes practice. Thanks, Lisa. I don't know how much more Valentine stuff I'm going to do. This will probably be the last week for Valentine's Day stuff. That way I can get it cut and shipped to y'all. I'm already working on cutting your Valentine's window inserts. And some of those are already starting to ship. Yeah, see, she said it just takes practice. I need to watch videos on it. Okay. That looks good. Okay. Let's pull out our hearts. So, I'm not going to lay them in there quite yet. No, I want. I'm just trying to. Oh my gosh, y'all, that is going to be just adorable. Look at that. I love this. Okay. So a little bit of glue. I love the gold. A dark pink would be pretty. I like the, I think it was Maria who said to use like all the same colors and just paint them all different and then match them that way too. Because my next show is 2/7, I won't get them done. Oh, I understand, Miss Janice, but you keep, I know. I don't know. I don't think I'll do much more. I'm going to say Christmas. It's not Christmas. Valentine's Day after this week. And even this week, I'm going to kind of keep it at a minimum. I know there are some inserts that people are looking for, so I'm going to try to have some a spindle insert. I know there were a request for square inserts, new ones. I have that in the works. Actually, I think some of those just got cut. I have done the window, baskets, I'll get done this week, and then maybe a truck insert. If there's a base that y'all are looking for a Valentine's Day insert for, just let me know. And I can do my best to get those pulled for y'all this week. That way you have plenty of time. I have plenty of time to cut them and get them shipped to y'all. Oh no, I'm so sorry, Miss Linda. Okay. We're gonna paint these really quickly. I think I'm gonna paint these silver. But here's the conversation art jar. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I love the gold. I love, oh, it didn't, hold on. It didn't focus. Hold on, y'all. There's such a delay between when I see it on the screen and versus when I hold it up. There we go. That is so cute. Hi, Janice. So cute. All right. I'm just gonna base coat real quick in whatever's left on my sponge in white. Wipe up my hands. Hi, Brenda. Let me dry these real quick. So these are number 100. It's the cutout of the week. If you go to my website, they're $12. That includes your shipping. Or you can comment the number 100, insert an invoice, and they're $8. The only difference is that I'm not including the shipping if y'all claim them all live. But you'll be able to claim them all week too. So if you're like, I want to wait and see what else you have this week, you're more than welcome to wait. Yeah, they're just little mini jars. They don't take up a lot of space. They're really little. They're only like 3 inches wide, but by 4.5 inches tall. And Perks members and club members, this is the only item of nightly claims that will not be 20% off. But everything else is going to be 20% off. And I will show you all again what I had for tonight. All right. Close those up. I'll cut those off here in a second. Let me dry these. Dry, dry, dry. All right, and here is our cutout of the week. So first up, we have Hugs and Kisses. Here's in its stands. It's a little stander, a little shelf sitter. So we have Hugs and Kisses, and you're gonna get the set of the pair of jars. You're not just gonna get one or the other. You're gonna get both. So you have Hugs and Kisses, and then the Conversation Hearts. Okay, here are the two next to each other. I'm trying to cover my face so then it focuses on that. It's kind of hard. So if you want this set, it is number 100 for $8. That's okay, Dawn. I think the distressing on the back of the jars actually turned out really good. It looked a little like iffy at the beginning after I did it, but I think it turned out Really good. So this is number 100 for $8 for the set. You get both, and they are standard, like little shelf sitters. Okay. Help me remember. Number 200 was the interchangeable. I'm just going to go through this really quickly. It's a little 3-inch interchangeable. This is number 200. It's $22. And you get a little 3-inch round. I've had these before, but the inserts are different, okay? So I'm just going to quickly show y'all. This is April, and there's one for each month. So we have April, March, and yours come unpainted, so you can paint them however you want to. There's February, January, but I will post a picture up in the VIP group. I don't even know if they're focusing on them or not. August, there's October, July. This is number 200 for $22. December, November, May, June. I love that one. Haley painted this set. I did not paint this set. And then we have September. Okay, so you'll get all 12 inserts. They're 3 inches. Plus the base for $22. So that's number 200. Number 300 was the set of penguins. Number 300, the Valentine penguin set. This is number 300 for $12. These were really easy to paint and they were really fun. I like these. These are so cute. So this one is number 300 for $12. And then our last one for tonight is a little magnet set. Number 400 for $7. You're going to get 2 little ladybugs. You're going to get an XOX and then a little scalloped heart. So you'll get all 4. And magnets don't come with it. You'll have to get your own magnets just to keep the cost down. But this one is number 400 for $7. Gave me this set like this from her first miss, and oh, cool, Maria. So that's what I have for y'all tonight for nightly claims. As always, you can wait to claim on Thursday during Thrifty Thursday, where I go back and I show y'all all the nightly claims. That way, if you want to see everything all at once, that's gonna be the time to do that over in the VIP group. Okay. So if you're not in the VIP group, make sure that you join. Let's see, Cutout of the Week is only available this week. And then make sure you comment the word Monday and go RSVP for the Whatnot show tomorrow with the secret link. Because I'll go live tomorrow on this page. I'll do a craft with y'all. I'll have nightly claims. And then we'll hop over into Whatnot. But you have to have the link or RSVP'd in order to see the show. You will not be able to... You will not be able to watch unless you RSVP or have the link, okay? That would be perfect, Lynn. That'd be that'd be really cute. These, so she's saying she might make these. She's saying instead of ladybugs, she might do little bees. I love that idea. Okay, so comment the word Monday, go grab your Cutout of the Week or comment the number 100. And then, secondly, go RSVP for this with the secret link over in the message, okay? So, are there any questions before I hop off? I don't think so. I'm going to go switch out the lasers. I'm going to go eat. I'm going to take pictures of everything and start posting those over in the VIP group for y'all. And also loading some of this stuff in the Whatnot show on January 24th. So it's a little confusing. We have a Whatnot show tomorrow, but it's not like our typical Whatnot show. And then we have another Whatnot show on January 24th, which is our usual big blowout, cutouts, finished pieces, bundles, flash sales, all of that good stuff, okay? If you have questions, you're more than welcome to send me a message. And yeah, I hope you'll have a great rest of your evening. Thanks for hanging out with me. I love these little jars. They turned out actually a lot better than I honestly expected because I had no painted pictures to go off of. So we kind of just used our imagination for these. What time tomorrow? I'll be live over here around like 6. And then I go live over on Whatnot around 7:30 tomorrow. Diane, if you click on the link there, you should be able to like bookmark the page, bookmark the live. Let me see. You should be able to, and someone can tell me if I'm wrong. There should be able like a little like bookmark looking thing that you can click on the show and it should save it into your shows, like upcoming shows. Does that make sense? And if I'm wrong, someone correct me if I'm wrong. Let's see. Oh, I think you got to hit save. So save the show. It's hard because I don't know what it looks like on y'all's end. I guess I could go look at somebody else's. But I will also, I'll share the secret link in the broadcast channel tomorrow. So if you're like, I don't know how to save it, I don't know what you're talking about, make sure you're in the broadcast channel, okay? And then I'll send out the message tomorrow with that link. Perfect, Janice. I'll send out the message with the link tomorrow. That way you don't miss it, okay? All right, y'all. Have a great rest of your night. I will see y'all tomorrow afternoon, early evening. I'll be live over here around 6 o'clock, and then I'll go live over on Whatnot at 7:30, okay? All right, y'all. Talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.